Hi there, and welcome back to Rector Motorcycles, the vlog of, well, one of the vlogs anyway. Been a long time, I do apologise. Many things been going on with other work, but moved into a new unit, which, if I just pull this back a little bit, you can see I'm gone into a proper workshop now instead of the container. But I've had carpal tunnel with my left hand and various bits and pieces as well, so it's been taking time. So I'll show you what I've done with the trike up to now. So guy next door to me here, next door to the workshop, had a CBR 1000 that he had these slabs on, which he wanted to, he used to go down drag strip, and he wanted to basically put it back to a standard bike. So I bought a set of forks for him for his bike, and we did a bit of a deal with the slabs and everything. So this is actually it's a CBR 1000 front end, which I've put on the bike with these slabs, but it's actually got the rear wheel of the CBR 1000, which I haven't done anything with. Paul next door, he'd done the he did all this when he first got it. The the bearings were the same, but the inner race was different from the XS 1100 to the CBR 1000. On the top bearing, the bottom bearing was exactly the same. So at the moment, all I've done is I've just put this in with the headstock, as you see, because the actual the steering stem from the CBR 1000 is a lot longer, so I've just chucked a load of washers in it for now, just to keep it tight on there. But I'm going to have to re-thread the stem so I can take the slabs a little bit further down. It does come out at the top, but I think we're probably going to, I've either got to rig up something properly at the top, which is like a sleeve maybe with another bearing on the top, so there's 3 bearings, or I'm going to drop the whole slab down so it just sits on there. It'll bring the bike up a little bit, but the bike, as you can see, the trike, as you can see, is quite low at the moment. The other thing I've done, still haven't cleaned the engine, I'm rebuilding the carbs, because I bought this XS 11 last year. Said they'd had the carbs reconditioned. Bike was running, but it wouldn't rev. I put the carbs on from the trike and it ran perfectly. So I've left them on there, and I'm gonna, the others, I opened them up and they've got pinholes in the diaphragms and everything. So I'm gonna rebuild them, and I'll do a little thingy on that at some stage. The exhaust downpipes are going to come off. I'm going to make 2-into-1s, and then what's going to happen, these exhausts are off YZF, I think it is, or something like that. I found them on eBay, really cheap. I think they're 35 quid each, and these are going to be the exhausts at the back. So that's sort of where I'm up to with that. Still haven't got anywhere near the electrics. So I've got the crank and everything back now, and the bushes and all that from the engineer, which I've got here. He's made these bushes up for me, really cool. The only thing he hasn't done is that he hasn't actually drilled the holes. You can see that, which I think I've done a video of this already, where the holes, you got an oilway inside and the holes come up. So I need to drill them at some stage, but he's done that. He made some new brass. I didn't ask him to do these because I already had one, but he made some brass plugs for the end of the crank as well. So that's where I'm up to with that. All that's clean. It's been in sonic bath, so as clean as it's going to be. So that's at that stage. Need to start looking at buying shells and all that sort of stuff and getting the bearings in. And then the Goldwing. So a friend of mine, his dad was selling this one. This is a fully dressed Goldwing. This was, all you can see all the bits of the trailer. But it'd been stood for around about 6 or 7 years. As you can see, the forks are really rusty. You know, the stanchions are really, both legs are really bad, stanchions are really bad. So I thought, right, I bought it. I was told it was running before it was stood up. And I've actually got it running. And the engine sounds okay. I think the carbs are a bit blocked, pilot jets and stuff, but it actually revs. And the engine sounds fine. No bad noises out of it or anything. So the plan is to take this engine out, use all the good covers, the rocker covers, all the belt cover and all that sort of thing, and all the decent stuff off the one from California, because that was never that's been stored in a dry climate for years, and all the panels and stuff, and the rocker covers and everything on the engine's really good, and the carbs are really clean and everything as well. So the idea is, when I get a chance, is I'm going to take that engine out, put it on the bench, swap all the bits over, put that back in, and then at some stage we'll rebuild the other engine. Just want to try and get this other one back up and running. One thing I did do, and I didn't have the camera or anything at the time, I've rebuilt the brake calipers, front brake calipers, with new seals, and did the master cylinder. But the problem with these ones is, and with it being so old as well, when you look at it's weeping at the bottom on the seal, even with the screws in. So I'm going to have to get a new seal kit for the top. All the new seals and everything in there, and it's bleeding, and the fluid seems to be going through fine and everything, but I need to get a new top piece and put a new seal on it. It's just not, I think it's gone completely. So that's where I'm up to, really. Can't really sort of do much else. I've still got this other Jubilee here, which I'll mostly use for parts for the other one. Got this sat there now, so I could start looking at that at some stage. Sorry it's been taking a long time, but as I said, I'm just absolutely rammed with work in the music industry. It's gone a bit crazy after COVID. But there we go. I'll try and get up here as much as I can. And I'll get back to you with some more info as soon as I can. Cheers.